Welcome to my kitchen. For those of you who don't know, I'm Rhonda, and I'm from North Carolina. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for watching. And I want to say thank you to my subscribers. You don't know how much it means to me. I just reached 802. I think it's, no, 801. It might be 801. Thank you so much. I can't do it without you. When I feel like quitting, I get some of the sweetest comments. I mean, I am so blessed to have y'all. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And I mean that. For supper, I'm gonna be making shrimp scampi. Now, I've made a video or two of shrimp scampi, but since I have some new subscribers, you know, a lot of us like to redo some things. But I would like to get started on making some bread first. Now, I forgot to buy some French bread at the grocery store. I did. So I'm gonna make some Italian bread, and it's quick, and it's easy. It's so easy, y'all. Don't let it intimidate you. And I'm gonna make that, and it'll be ready, and well, it's almost 2:30, and I'm not gonna probably eat till 5:36. It'll be ready. Alrighty. Now, got my bowl, got my warm water, and this water is warm, and we're gonna take a tablespoonful of yeast. Always proof your yeast first, because, let me do about a tablespoon and a half since I want it to be quick. Always proof your yeast before you put it in your flour and stuff, even if it's rapid rise. And then this is 1 cup of warm water, no more than 110, 115. I'm using about a teaspoon of sugar. And I've said this a million times. Y'all know what I'm gonna say. Please do not put your salt in with your yeast, because it will kill it. It is 81 degrees here today. It's beautiful. I went over to the Dollar General. You know, they have it like every 2 miles in the country. Bought some bird seed and a little bitty bird feeder. It's plastic, but I thought I'd give that a try and feed the birds for a while. So I'm gonna put that up soon. Anyway, I can tell that this is gonna be okay because it's already turning frothy. Now you can keep your yeast in the freezer and it will last forever. Now I'm gonna set this aside. And in my bowl here, I'm gonna get my measuring cup. And I'm gonna take out about 2 cups of all-purpose flour. And this, I'm using White Lily today. I use all kinds of flour. Okay. And then I spilled some on my counter, but I can use that for my bench flour, right? And like I said, I'm not gonna make a lot of bread today. This is probably gonna do 1, maybe 2 loaves. 1 big one or 2 small ones. Now we're gonna put some salt in here. And we're gonna put about a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna put a teaspoon of garlic powder. Teaspoon of onion powder. And a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. And we'll stir that around. Now, back to my yeast, I want to add olive oil to this one because it is Italian bread. If I was making cinnamon rolls or something like that, then I would say don't use olive oil. Use vegetable oil, flavorless oil. So we got a couple of tablespoons of oil in here. We need that. Okay, got that well mixed. I got me some water here to dip my fingers with. We're gonna pour this cup of water in here. Now if you make a mistake, because I do it all the time, and add too much water, you can add extra flour. Don't let it worry you. It's no big deal. If it's too dry, just add some water. Now, as you can see, I need to add some more flour, and I'm glad that happened. So, add about a half a cup. And that's about all we needed. So it's 2.5 cups per 1 cup of water. Okay. Get my little plastic scraper. Now you can wait till this dough rises before you knead it, or you can go ahead and knead it and get it out of the way. This is just a 1 rise, well actually 2. You're gonna let it rise before you bake it, but you don't have to let it rise twice before you bake it, no. Sorry about that, y'all. The pollen count is extremely high today. Extremely. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more flour because it's sticky. If it's too sticky, add you a little bit of flour. It's no problem. All right, I'm gonna get me out some bench flour here. My bar is clean because I bleached it earlier. I can smell that garlic and stuff in the dough, and it smells so good. Put me some flour on the side for my hands. And then I'm just gonna start working it. And I'm gonna work it until it's smooth. I'm gonna get rid of a little bit of that flour. Now, if you wanna do this in your stand mixer, as I've always said, feel free to do so. But you need to let it mix about 5 to 8 minutes until it's smooth, pulls away from the bowl, and it's feels like Play-Doh. I think I'm the only one that says that, but that's the way I can describe it. And I'll be back shortly. Okay, I got just a little bit of olive oil in this bowl. See, it's ready. And I'm gonna just coat that, keep it from drying out. And I'm gonna cover this up. And I'm gonna stick it in a warm spot and let it rise for an hour. Or until it doubles in size. May not take an hour because it's pretty warm in here. Now, for my shrimp scampi, you're going to need some shrimp. And I do not have any fresh mushrooms. A lot of people don't use mushrooms. I do. So I have some canned mushrooms. You don't have to use wine. I use white wine. Thin spaghetti. Onion, optional. And garlic. Depending on, you can decide how much garlic you want in your shrimp scampi. Some people like it really, really garlicky. Some people just like a little bit of garlic. And then I'm going to be needing some chicken stock that I'm going to make with better than bouillon. And I also use some Parmesan cheese. So if y'all see me limping around in the kitchen, I fell yesterday. I was out on the back porch vacuuming. And, well, I didn't actually fall. I caught myself. But the way that I did it, I really did, I pulled my hip. I feel like I pulled it out of joint trying to catch myself. And it's real sore. And I think it's just a pulled muscle in that hip joint. But when I go down the steps, I have to walk down the steps sideways. Hey. Okay, the bread has risen. It has doubled in size. And I had it in my oven with the light on. Okay. I've got a pizza pan or cookie sheet, whatever you want to call it here, parchment paper. And you want to take some semolina or cornmeal. Cornmeal's just fine. Just, you know, sprinkle a little bit. That helps with, give it a little bit of crunch on the bottom. You don't have to put a whole lot. And I'll get an egg wash, just a minute. Now I want to get me a little bit of flour here. Okay. And like I said, I did not want to do, you know, a great big loaf. Or more than one loaf, actually. Because I didn't want to waste it. And you don't have to do any folding and all that kind of stuff with this. You just kind of, you know, roll it around, stretch it a little bit. And it's probably going to be pretty good size. And if you wanted to make, you know, 2 short loaves, or you could even make a sub roll if you wanted to out of this recipe, that would be wonderful. I've done that. And that's it. Simple as that, y'all. We're going to transfer it over to here. Now, if you wanted to put sesame seeds or something like that on it, you can. I'm going to probably put a little bit more Italian seasoning on it. I don't know yet. And when it rises, I'm going to let it rise for probably 30 more minutes. Then I'm going to cut it with a razor. I'm going to score it. I'm going to sit it right over here. And I'm going to clean this up and I'll be right back. I wanted to take a minute also to thank everyone for praying for me, and especially praying for my sister Linda. I've got to go to the doctor on the 17th, and then I'm going to drive up to her place and visit her maybe for a day or so. And so if you don't see me, that's where I'll be. I have a friend who helps me do some stuff around the house. And I gave her the rest of those ribs that I made. And she took them home, and her fella said, tell her thank you, thank you, thank you. She said they were delicious. So if you haven't seen the rib video, the baby back rib, that is a wonderful recipe. And her name is Crystal, and she wants me to teach her how to make bread. Now, I've got a little job. It ain't really a job. My neighbor, they have a family. Well, I think they're such close friends, they consider them family. They're doing a benefit for this person who is ill, and they're gonna do a benefit, and he wants me to make 100 cookies. Now, I've never made 100 cookies before. Okay, I'm gonna chop me up some garlic. Mike, do you like garlic? Paula, you like garlic, don't you? Leah, I know all my other subscribers, y'all love garlic. Tell me, you love garlic? I like it. All right, I got an onion. Now look, not everybody wants onion in their scampi. You don't have to, but I'm telling you, it don't hurt it. It just don't. Now, I love onions. I could make an onion sandwich and eat it. Yes, sir, Bob, I can. Wouldn't hurt my feelings at all to eat an onion sandwich for supper. I've had plenty of onion sandwiches, pinto bean sandwiches growing up. Yes, I have. Now, this garlic is a little bit tough, y'all. I'm gonna use probably 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna set my onion right there. And this thing got all juicy. Let me get my big knife. Now this cutting board, I put it in the dishwasher one time and it rocks and rolls. And I do have a garlic press, but I like to chop. Now you control the amount of garlic that you want in your scampi. And I know I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Raw garlic is very good for you. It kills any type of bad parasite that's in your body. It lowers blood pressure. Or is it cholesterol? Randy takes it for cholesterol. He swears by it. Alrighty. You ever notice when you can't scratch your face? It's when you got your hands in something. That's when it itches. I wished I had some fresh mushrooms. I don't think I do. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't. thought I had some fresh parsley, but I didn't have any of that either. I'm going to tell you, y'all, the grocery stores are out of everything. I ran by Dollar General. Randy needed some toothpaste. And the shelves were daggone empty. I did get some toothpaste. But they were about out of everything. And I asked him, I said, what is up with the shelves? He said, well, the truck won't be here till Friday. I said, well, y'all gonna run out of, y'all have to shut the doors. Because y'all gonna run out of everything. Okay, you wanna preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Here's 1 egg. No water, no anything. It's just 1 egg. And just scramble it up. And that's going to make it have a beautiful golden brown crust. I want to go to the beach. I told Randy, I said, Randy, please put the Harley on the road. We haven't ridden a Harley in years. Okay. So, I want to score my bread, or cut it, whatever you want to call it. And this is a clean razor. I buy these to scrape my stove with it very carefully when something burns on it. And you just want to cut it like so. Not too deep. I need to hurry up and do it before it gets overproofed. And you're just gonna just paint it easily. And it makes the prettiest color on the bread. Y'all, this bread recipe is so easy. You got to just make it. Because when you make this, you're going to be making bread all the time. Because it's going to be, you're going to be so tickled with yourself. I'll put a little bit of the herb on top. Just a little bit. Italian seasoning. And that's it. Now, I may have, very well, may have overproofed my bread. And if I have, then that way I can show you what it looks like when you wait too long to bake it. Because I used a lot of yeast. And if you use a lot of yeast, you need to bake it quickly. Now, I'm opening up my shrimp. Now, y'all might think I'm crazy by saying this, but you can Google it. When you open up your shrimp, smell it. If it smells real fishy, like really fishy, I wouldn't eat it. Now, this smells fresh. It smells kind of like the ocean. But if it smells like, I don't know, salmon patties or something like that, don't eat it. Don't eat it. Take it back to the store and tell them you want your money back. And if you ever buy fresh fish at the market or wherever, make sure that if it's a whole fish, make sure the eyes are not cloudy. That tells you that the fish is still fresh. If its eyes are cloudy, don't buy it. Please. And this is still pretty much froze. And it's been peeled and deveined, but I want to take the tail off of it. Now I took my shrimp out of the bag and put cold water over it so I could get the tails pulled off of it. And this is how you do it. You just, about right there, squeeze, and it doesn't take the meat, it just takes the shell. You want to cook your shrimp until they turn pink. When they turn pink, don't cook it anymore. And if you're making it for a dish, and always try to cook your shrimp last, because it doesn't take long. You know, cook your vegetables and your rice and all that. And if you're making like stir-fried rice or shrimp fried rice, do all that, then cook your shrimp, and then add your shrimp after your rice and all has been mixed up, because if you don't, you're gonna have a bunch of rubbery pieces in there. I overproofed my daggone bread. I'm cutting some of these shrimp in half. I don't think I'm gonna cut all of them in half, but Cheryl's coming, and I want to make sure that, you know, everybody gets a good amount of some shrimp. And I'm just going to do a few pieces. And you don't even smell this hardly at all. It smells like the ocean, and that's what you want it to smell like. Salt water, like the ocean. So now that my shrimp is thawed, and I've done what I was gonna do to it, I put it in the refrigerator until I get ready to cook it. Here's my bread. Now, like I said, I should have baked it 30 minutes probably before I did, but I got busy. I'm getting ready to show it to you. I'm trying to get that cornmeal off the bottom. It's kind of flat. I'm sauteing my onions. And like I said, a lot of people don't do onions in their scampi, but I like it. And I've drained the mushrooms. I'm using canned mushrooms. And I added the mushrooms to some of my broth, because I'm going to use wine and broth. And I got my spaghetti water going over here. And I'm using the Barilla Thin. Okay, and I got my garlic. And I'm gonna put that in there soon, as these get translucent. So my bread tastes too alcoholic. I got busy and I overproofed it, and it formed too much of that alcoholic smell, and you can tell by the little ridges here that I overproofed it. So I'm just gonna be honest, I'm not gonna eat it. Now, if I had done what I was supposed to do, it would have been delicious. So we're having regular bread, regular garlic bread on regular white bread. You need a lemon also. I meant to tell you that. For this recipe. I'm getting ready to add my garlic. Now I'm going to remove my mushrooms and onions and garlic from the pan. Okay, I've got them in a bowl, my vegetables. Might as well say vegetables. Okay. Now I'm going to get my shrimp out of the refrigerator. I'm a little slow today, y'all. I want to add a little bit of olive oil, and this chop block is in the way. olive oil and some butter. I'm just disappointed in myself about my bread. But that's what happens in a kitchen, y'all. Okay, it's about a teaspoon of butter and a tablespoon of olive oil. Put my shrimp in there. I should have bought 2 bags, but I didn't. I'm going to turn it up to about medium. Need to get me a clean spoon in a minute. Put some salt. And some pepper. And just cook it until it turns pink. And then when it turns pink, I'm taking it and putting it in a bowl until I'm ready to, add everything. Because I don't want my shrimp, like I said, I don't want it to become rubbery. And it's terrible when you get shrimp that's rubbery. Now I'm going to add just a little bit of this broth. Just a little bit. And I have some lemon. And I'm going to put more lemon on it. Now this is just the way I fix mine, y'all. Alrighty. And I'm gonna add just a little bit of wine. You don't have to if you're not, if you don't like wine. You do not have to put it in there. I'm not gonna put a lot. I'm just gonna put about, I don't know, a couple of tablespoons. Just a little bit. Just to give it that little bit of wine flavor. And you should not use wine that you don't drink. If you're not gonna, if it's not worth drinking, it's not worth cooking with it. And I'm gonna add my shrimp soon and my noodles. And I got a little bit of parm. I meant to get some today and I forgot. It smells good. I'm gonna let that cook just a minute. Don't stick noodles. Now, like I said, I normally don't cut up my shrimp or split it, but I wanted to make sure we have enough. Okay, I'm gonna turn the heat up on this pan right here, and I'm gonna add some spaghetti. And if I don't use it all, I will put it in the refrigerator. And I hate I don't have any parsley. And you don't want to cook your noodles all the way, because, you know, it'll get too gummy. Justachi. Do what, Randy? What'd you say? Okay, now. Stir this around. And put a little lemon juice on there. Throw my shrimp in here. And toss it around. And like I said, I wish I had some parsley, but I don't.
Yeah, but I don't think Charles was really interested in that. Did he understand I did it?
Yeah, that's what he was
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
looking at. I said, it's oval looking that way. He said, well, it's still going.
It was kind of like 6-minute trial or something.
And then put some parm on it.
Put his hearing aid in this ear because I didn't cut the top of his ear off twice.
Yeah, I saw that. What happened to Bobby's ear? Did they do something
They
to his
had to
ear?
cut him too, same doctor. But he's the top.
Turn that off
surgeon
now.
in the whole nation. And I mean, this has been like every year since 2007. He was in
I'm
the
working
top
with a little
5
bitty piece,
surgeons.
y'all.
He got big plaques. He run out of room. He's got 2 shells and then over here with the walkway.
Alrighty.
He's got
A little bit more lemon juice. And I dropped a seed. And there we go, y'all. My version of shrimp scampi. And the only thing I've got is some of these dried chives, just for a little greenery.
If it ain't gold, then it's really not.
And there we go.
I'm invested in Bitcoin.
Easy, easy, easy.
Carolina's doing it.
Two dummies over there making fun of me. They making fun of me,
I was
y'all.
like, look, Carolina's doing it.
All right, y'all, here you go. My version of shrimp scampi. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Thank y'all for watching. Now let me taste it. I don't think I left enough sauce in it. It's hot. It's good. I need some more sauce on it. Thank y'all for watching.